Good evening, it's 5 o'clock. I am Adeyege Bamigbade with the 5 o'clock news broadcasting live from Splash FM F4, Alaye, Ekiti State. First set of stories. No threat in Okimesi Ekiti Range urged to stay calm. INEC probes leak of voter data, trace user accounts. Senate condemns Oyo school abduction, warns against divisive comments. To the news in detail. Following a perpetuated rumor of bandits invading and kidnapping residents in a neighboring community, in the early hours of today, Okimesi residents were thrown into fear, market ran for their lives, while parents rushed to schools to pick up their words. Ayo Adeyanju, commandant of the Okimesi security team, has urged parents not to panic and withdraw their school children from school. There is no threat in Okimesi at this time, he said. He advised residents to remain vigilant and report any suspicious movement to security agents immediately. Adeyanju assured the community Okimesi kò ní bàjẹ́, Okimesi will not fall. He added that security patrols have been intensified to maintain peace. Still on Ekiti news, residents of Ado Ekiti are living in a constant fear as sections of their Afar Road, particularly the stretch from Okela to Federal Housing, have deteriorated into life-threatening death traps. A particularly alarming section of the Okela Housing Road, located directly opposite the Hexus Health Center, now features a massive crater where the road surface has completely collapsed. Erosion has eaten away at the soil beneath the asphalt, leaving behind deep gallops filled with murky waters and debris. Discarded tires and piles of rubbish litter the hazardous site, further compounding the danger for motorists and pedestrians alike. So cyclists and other road users are forced to navigate the crumbling edge of the road with extreme caution as the weakened structure threatens to give way at any moment. The entire Afar Road is reported to be in a similarly deplorable condition, with multiple large potholes and eroded sections turning what should be a routine journey into a daily gamble with safety. Awesome. Moving to Osun State, a total of 2,896,443 insecticide-treated mosquito nets will be distributed to households across Osun as part of efforts to tackle malaria in the state. The mass campaign launched through the Osun State government is being executed in collaboration with the National Malaria Elimination Program, Catholic Relief Services, Society for Family Health, and other malaria partners, with funding support from the Global Fund Malaria. Speaking with journalists in Osogbo, the logistics advisor for the campaign, Simon Ibori, said the new nets would be distributed to replace those distributed in 2023. He urged the residents to go out and collect the nets once the distribution started, adding that the nets are to prevent them from contracting malaria. Moving to Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde showed his political influence today as 6 members of the House of Representatives Oyo Caucus, loyal to him, dumped the People's Democratic Party for the Allied People's Movement. At the reception of plenary following the Salah break, Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, who presided over the session, read 13 lectures announcing the change of parties by lawmakers. Recall that Makinde a few weeks ago defected to the APM, on which platform he has already declared to run for the presidential election in 2027. Meanwhile, the PDP lost and gained members on the floor of the House today. Still on Oyo State news, the Senate today condemned the recent abduction of school children and teachers in Oyo State, describing the incident as a tragic assault on the nation's collective humanity. The condemnation came as the Senate resumed plenary after the salary recess, with Senate President Godswill Akpabio leading lawmakers in observing a 1-minute silence in honor of 2 teachers and a pupil killed in connection with the attack. Addressing senators during the resumption session, addressing senators during the resumption session, Akpabio said the abduction had cast a dark shadow over the nation and underscored the urgent need to strengthen security around schools and communities. According to him, the tragedy strikes at the heart of Nigeria's future because children and teachers represent the foundation upon which the nation's progress rests. The Senate resumed legislative activities aimed growing concerns over school abductions and attacks on educational institutions in parts of the country, with stakeholders calling for stronger measures to safeguard students, teachers, and learning environments. Moving to Plateau State, teachers in Plateau State under the platform of the Nigerian Union of Teachers took to the stage today in protest against insecurity and other challenges affecting their members across the country. The teachers marched through major streets in Jos before heading to the Reelfield Government House to present a protest letter to the state government. Speaking during the protest, the NUT chairman of the state, Elisha Aruna, said the demonstration was in solidarity with members facing security threats nationwide. The NUT chairman also disclosed that teachers in the state were battling local challenges which they want the state government to urgently address. In the meantime, the president of the Association of Residents, Dr. Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital Shagam, Dr. John Omotosho, has described the state of Nigeria's health sector as appealing and called on both the federal and state government to declare a state of emergency in the sector to improve health care delivery. Omotosho also decried the poor remuneration of health workers, saying that given the country's economic realities, no medical doctor should earn less than 1 million naira per month. The family medicine specialist disclosed this yesterday while speaking with journalists during the 32nd induction ceremony of newly graduated medical students into the Obafemi Awolowo College of Health Sciences Medical Alumni Association, or Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye. Moving on, the Independent National Electoral Commission has commenced an investigation into allegations of unauthorized access to its continuous voter registration database following the publication of information related to a candidate in a recent political party primary election in the Federal Capital Territory. In a statement issued today, the National Commissioner and Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Mohammed Aruna, said the Commission was treating the matter with utmost seriousness. INEC explained that as part of the ongoing nationwide CVR exercise, authorized registration officers were granted controlled access to specific components of the registration system to enable them to carry out voter registration, transfer requests, and update to voter records. According to the Commission, such access is strictly limited to official duties and is withdrawn once the exercise concludes. In the meantime, teachers today staged a protest at the Federal Capital Territory Administration Secretariat, Abuja, over the recent wave of school kidnappings across the country, prompting assurance from the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike that efforts were ongoing to secure the release of abducted teachers and students. The demonstration reflected growing concerns within the education sector about the safety of teachers and pupils following a series of attacks on schools in different parts of the country. At least 82 pupils were abducted between May 13th and 15th during separate attacks in Oyo and Borno State. Addressing the protesters, Wike said the government shared the concerns of affected families and was closely monitoring efforts by security agents to secure the release of those still in captivity. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Anike, has warned the allegations of civilian casualties arising from military air operations have far-reaching consequences on mission legitimacy, public confidence, and the reputation of the Nigerian Air Force. Anike stated this today in Abuja at the Midon Seminar on Civilian Arm Mitigation and Response for Strategic Levy Officers. According to him, while the Nigerian Air Force remains committed to professional and responsible air operations, allegations of civilian arm have underscored the need for stronger institutional understanding and application of civilian protection principles. The Air Chief expressed confidence that the seminar would deepen discussions on best practices and practical approaches to reducing civilian harm while maintaining operational effectiveness in ongoing security operations across the country. Senate. And to wrap up the news for 5 o'clock, here are the top stories once again. No threat in Okemese Ekiti, parents urged to stay calm. INEC probes leak of voter data, trace user accounts. Senate condemns Oyo school abortion, warns against decisive comments. And there's it on this update for 5 o'clock on Suspatch FM. Thank you for listening. Have a great and wonderful evening ahead. I am Adeyege Bamigbade.